a lot of the old-time tennis players don't like pickleball as much as I do and stuff.
Welcome to Between the Rallies, a podcast exploring the stories, people, gear, and moments that live just beneath the surface of pickleball. The conversations, connections, and experiences that shape the community behind the game. Because sometimes what happens between the rallies matters more than the score.
All right, guys, welcome back to Between the Rallies. This is episode 14, and today I'm here at Lifetime Fitness, and we're actually going to play some wheelchair pickleball. I'm joined today by Brian McCollough, butchered your name, sorry, and Kevin Falk. Kevin is the president of the Idaho Wheelchair Tennis Association. So first off, how did you guys end up finding pickleball?
Well, it all kind of starts, I've been an amputee for 19 years now.
Okay.
And so I do more sports now than I did with two legs. And so I run the wheelchair basketball program at Boise State. I run the tennis program for the state of Idaho. And then we just happened, as a group of people, disabled people that started pickleball. We had a tournament here probably about 4 years ago, and that introduced it to pickleball.
Okay.
And so, it's another great sport to play as an adaptive player.
I love it. So how often do you get out on the court and play pickleball?
Not quite as much as I'd like to because I'm focused on tennis.
Okay.
I got a bunch of tournaments coming up, and I don't want to mix my game up too bad with the difference between the paddle and the racket. But no, whenever Brian asks me to play, I like going out and playing, and because it's a great sport too.
I love it. Fun fact, we actually went to the same high school. So just like my last guest, Jake Plummer, we all graduated from Capitol High School.
I'm from Bora.
The rival.
I always wear married Bora girls, though. So.
All right, so Brian, how did you find the sport, and how did you end up meeting Kevin and getting involved?
I guess about 10 years ago, I wanted to learn how to play basketball in a wheelchair, and Kevin taught me how to play. And then years went on, and they developed a Division III wheelchair basketball team here in Idaho, the Gem State Falcons. I have some knee issues that prevents me from running, playing basketball, doing the things that I used to do. And I decided, I was able to qualify, and I started playing pickleball a little bit, and I can play standing for a little bit, and then I'm not very good afterwards, right? I ended up tearing my calf, and I was like, I can play wheelchair basketball. So the next day I grabbed my chair and just started teaching myself how to play pickleball. And so I've been playing for about 6 months now in the wheelchair. It's helped me a ton with chair skills.
I was talking to Jonas, the director of pickleball here, and he was telling me there's like a few different formats as far as like pickleball, like one up, one down. And does that apply to all the sports? Can you tell me a little bit about the different formats of wheelchair sports? This is probably a good question for Kevin.
You can be all just pure wheelchair adaptive players, and there's different qualifications. Like my disability in basketball, you have a certain amount of points to be on a team.
Okay.
And so there's those kind of rules. But then we have like a lot of events, fundraising events, where it's up down. You can play with a able-bodied player and a person in a chair, both in tennis. In basketball, though, everybody's got to be in a chair.
Okay.
Pretty much everybody. And same with tennis. So, but you can have no chair or you have a chair, both singles and doubles, however you want to play it. So tennis and pickleball are a little more forgiving with the disability type.
I've found that like with pickleball, I can just show up at a court, 3 people stand and I'm in the chair, and I've gotten to the point where I can just compete.
Okay.
And it's the one thing in the chair that you can compete in and do well with it. And I'm just speaking for me, but it's great. And I've been able to go to like Hobble Creek, Flying Pickle, and Discovery Park, and met a lot of new people.
That's
there.
very cool. The rules. So I actually don't know a ton about wheelchair pickleball. What are the different rules?
Well, hopefully you find out soon.
I'm going to find out because we're going to play right after this.
So, Kevin, you add to this, but it's basically the same rules, except for we can choose to have a 2-bounce rule. So the ball can bounce twice. So I always explain that to the people I'm playing against, because it will throw them off when they first play. That ball will bounce the second time, and I'll hit it, and they've already stopped. So I usually give them a freebie. But then the other rule would be the kitchen line. So in our chairs, we have a big wheel. That's the feet. And so where the axle is, if I touch that line, I'm in the kitchen.
Okay.
The front part, I can be in that kitchen area. It doesn't count.
Okay, so it's like centered down the wheel where the axle is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically it's just 2 bounces.
Okay.
That's just for people in chair. Able-bodied people still get 1 bounce.
Okay.
You don't get 2, so don't think you do. But we just get the 2 bounces, even in tennis. That's the only thing different. Serving is the same. Everything else is exactly the same in tennis, especially.
All right, so we're going to keep this interview kind of short, but I do want, if anybody is watching this and wants to support you guys or follow you guys in any way, shape, or form, where could they do that?
I have a Facebook site called Idaho Wheelchair Tennis Association.
Okay.
And we have a USTA tennis site that we have it out there. And I appreciate Brian coming in and doing what he's doing, because hopefully we're going to get some pickleball official organizations and things going too. And that's our plan.
Yeah, I'd love to be a part of that. I'm actually I work for the Flying Pickle. After this, I'm going to talk to them about maybe we formed, get something going.
We've tried. It just a lot of the old-time tennis players don't like pickleball as
It's-
much as I do and stuff. But I think there's a lot of new generation, new people that we can get going and be active in playing more pickleball.
Yeah. Growing up here, this is funny, but like the tennis and pickleball thing kind of reminds me of like when I was growing up, kind of the skier, snowboarder.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same
thing.
beef.
The best way is to go on and look at the Gem State Falcons.
Okay.
And so that's our basketball team. We also have a kids team that's ages, I believe, 8 to 14. And so I help play and coach with them. But that's to follow that, and we do a lot with adaptive sports there. And Parks and Recs has their chair hoops and different things that they do for adaptive sports. I think we're both in a program this summer that we're going to coach.
Yeah, Brian's going to coach for the first time at our wheelchair sports kids camp. This will be my 15th year I've coached in it, and they're from 8 years old to 18. And it's cool. We've seen some of our basketball players I coached when they first started playing, when they're this tall in a chair. Now he's I'm going to let him take over at Boise State eventually, type of thing. So it's kind of neat to see the progress.
So
of
you're
these
kind of
young
grooming.
athletes.
You're kind of grooming
So
him.
not me, it was another player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But no, it's kind of neat, and so it's a big opportunity to meet these new adaptive players and kind of teach them.
That's awesome. All right. Well, any last words before we go hit the courts?
No, I'm excited to play with you.
All right. Well,
One bounce, man.
All right,
One bounce.
all right. Well,
No 2
I
bounces
appreciate
for
you guys. Hope you guys enjoy. We're going to post some video of us playing, but until then, I'll catch you guys between the rallies.
I think that was kitchen.
Yeah, I'll play. I'm gonna see him up. Zeros.
Come.
All day, baby. All day.
Here we go.
Oh, you bounce. You bounce again. Let's go, man.
Do it again.
Oh, it's in. Yeah, let's go. Good shot.